What is up, guys? We're gonna do a trade recap. I got two trades to recap. One I took and one my friend took. G is a great trade, honestly better than mine. But first we'll go over the trade I took. So starting out in the morning, I was very bullish on the day. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Restart fresh. But I was very bullish on the day, and there was many reasons for that. As one is because it was hard to be bearish when order flow is so bullish. And if we go on the hourly, I was waiting for my macro time. The macro time I like a lot is that 950 macro. For me, I feel like I have the most profitability in it, and it's just when I have the most success. So we mark out the macro. This is what I do every morning. Mark out my macro. And now around 9:30 is when you get a manipulation move. It's just what usually happens. It's kind of just, it's part of the system. So I waiting for my macro and a 9:30 manipulation move. So market opens around, let's get to the, yep, let's do this, replay. We'll do this. So market's right here. Market opens at 9:30. I'm on the 5-minute. I'm just kind of watching these lows. I have these areas of liquidity marked out. Kind of seeing what are we going to do today. I think we have to, I want price to go lower, but what are we? We're observers. We're not here to predict the market or stuff like that. We want the market to tell us what it is going to do. So here we go. So I'm watching, okay, this is right at 9:30. We get a big move down. And now if you look at 9:30 on ES, it is not the same move down. So here we took these lows. Let's see if we get any lower. Look, boom, we get another move lower. So now we have a gigantic SMT right here. Let's mark it out. Sell side. We taken sell side and also created a huge SMT on it would have been this candle. A huge SMT between ES and Q. Now that's kind of all I need to see. Now I'm like, I don't really care about any of this right here, this big sell-off. I don't think it's anything. I see it purely as a manipulation move. And also we are inside this 1 hour fair value gap after we create this SMT. Now, price would have to sell off so much to create displacement through this recent swing low for us to go lower. So I'm already knowing we're going to respect that level. Now I need to find an entry because I'm like, I know price is going to want to go back to recent buy side and take this because this is all I know. I don't know if price is going to go even higher because this is all-time high. This is the most recent level. So now I'm watching and we have this inverse fair value gap right here. We'll mark that out. Oops. We have an inverse fair value gap right here. And now if price is going to take this level, we will disrespect this inverse fair value gap. That's what I was waiting for. So slowly, and we end up getting another SMT around, just to the 1 minute on here. Can zoom in. Right, it's coming up. It hasn't happened yet, but we do get another SMT. I'll mark it on ES and I'll show you guys. So around the same low. So look. One more candle. Boom. So we have another SMT. Now we have two SMTs like stacked on top of each other. We have a more higher time frame SMT and also a lower time frame because price is fractal and price moves together. So this is around where I enter because we're double SMT. I'm expecting a clean move straight to buy side. We don't get that. Now my fill was very bad if I'm being honest. It was around this 408 range. Terrible fill whatsoever. And I had my stops here. So don't look at this trade in risk to reward wise, because if you're looking at risk to reward wise, it is absolutely pitiful. It is disgusting. You never should have a trade like this. So my stops are around this low right here. Because after we close above this within another SMT, I know price is going to go to that buy side level. It's just about when. But look, watch this red line. This red line is right at that macro time, 950. Watch when price runs straight to buy side. So then my stops were like right here. Almost got stopped out. Look, right at that macro time, we go straight to that level. Now, it wasn't a one-to-one. It was a really ugly risk-reward trade. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But it was a win, and it was a win because I knew the draw on liquidity. I knew price wanted this level, and there's many reasons for that. Now, I could have waited for like a move into like equilibrium. Probably would have been a better entry. My entry was terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was dirty, but if you have this is like a C setup, but you know the draw on liquidity, then you're fine. Maybe that would have been a better right before the macro, but it's not that. That was not what I entered off of because I thought price was going to run straight. So we took a nice win today. It was very small size because I didn't have a good one-to-one. I want to talk about the trade my friend took today. His trade was very clean. Let me get all this off the screen. So if you go to the 5-minute, right, and you measure out consequent encroachment, something like that. It gets respected on the 5-minute, right? We've taken buy side, obviously. This trade's very clean in my opinion. Bravo, great trade by G. So we're gonna clear all this. We're gonna go down. Okay. I think it's these highs right here. No, it's these. Figure it out. But we're inside this range. We're watching it. He's watching price. You have these highs right here, and the SMT is right here. You have this SMT right here, telling you prices probably wants to go lower. ES is also selling off at this time. You have this 1-minute imbalance. I think it was a 5-minute, but we don't care about that right now. You see prices coming off. We sell off right here. Take the most recent low because that's what SMTs do. They sell off to take the most recent low. We come back up. We displace down, but don't take this low yet. So now you have two lows of generated liquidity. So you have this generated liquidity, and you have this generated liquidity. So now I was with him on this. I didn't take it, but he took it. It's beautiful. Now you're watching, and you want to see price. You're like, okay, we came down, we come back up. We're inside this imbalance of price. Inside this imbalance, we are at around, we're in OTE, equilibrium, discount, premium, whatever you want to call it. And then we soup. We come up and we take these highs. Now, what makes this even a better trade is the soup was another SMT. Once again, it's two SMTs stacked on top of each other. He entered right off of the rejection, stops right at these highs. I think this was his stops. Targeting the sell side level. Very clean trade right there. Price runs straight to that level, and then, but what also is here, standard deviation is here. This is your manipulation move. Right there, price runs straight to that 2.5, and then it retraces back to there and goes back down. Now, my trade was good, drawing liquidity, obviously. It was all right, could have been cleaner, but his trade was a lot good, really good too. I think they were both great trades today. And I mean, as you just check, you can see prices respecting bearish trends here. Oops, that's at 1 minute. And you also have here you're inside like a 5-minute like breaker block, order block, whatever you want to call it. Turtle soup, straight to sell side. Very clean trade. I think those are two clean trades on a Monday. Monday with no news. Now the rest of the week will be interesting because we have Powell testifying tomorrow morning, so you don't want to trade AM session. You don't want to trade AM session the next day because Powell. Then you have CPI the next day, and then PPI the next day. So it's a very busy news week overall. So you need to be safe and build good habits. Now, I took my trade with very low size just because it wasn't good risk reward. So I didn't want to have an insane loss, essentially. But no emotion, trying to build good habits, trying to make sure that we are observers and not predictors, because when you predict the market, that is when you go wrong. But if you're just observing the market, you have no emotion tied to it. You're just observing the market and going with whatever you see. He saw, okay, price is going to go lower, I'm going to hop in. He didn't say, I need price to go lower, I want price to go lower. He said price is going to go lower because these algorithmic principles are lining up with each other that tell you price is going to go lower. The algorithmic principles are SMT up here, respecting bearish fair value, buy side swept, clear displacement down, generated lows, move back up, move down, turtle soup back to the swing high, if I can mark it out, back to the swing high. Also standard deviation, also another SMT, also inside of this chop range, this order block, also inside of this breaker block. You know, it's just, you stack the confluences on top of each other to conquer the algorithm and be on top of the algorithm with the standard deviation straight to the 2.5 level. Where does it chop at? It chops at the 2.5 level. It's as clean as that. I hope you guys had a good trading day today. If you traded, be careful, follow your rules, and stay patient and be an observer.